Hey there guys, it's Maine here, back again with another account review. So today I do want to give some, give some updates actually. So before I do start the video, typically what I normally say is you message me on Discord if you do want your account reviewed. Go ahead and still do that if you do want to. I do have a better method to get in contact with me, in addition to also getting a little bit of help as well. I have been kind of backlogged over about 4 or 5 days. Kind of doing the reviews. I've had people really message me. A lot of people message me asking for account reviews, which is fine. I expected kind of an influx, but I didn't expect this much of an influx. I am kind of very behind on reviews, and I'm hoping this weekend is a good time for me to catch up to it. Um, but because I've had so many people reach out to me, we've kind of started a little tiny community. So I've made a Discord channel. I recently uploaded a video kind of discussing just just sort of advertising it. So if you guys do want to join, we have a nice little healthy player base here. So if anyone has any questions about the account, feel free to post here. So far, people have been pretty helpful, helping one another with some basic tips and tricks. I've recently added this Idleon Account overview page. You can feel free to post your Idleon efficiency here, your toolbox. That way, people themselves can review it. In the meantime, there's also a tips and tricks channel. You can go ahead and look through some of the stuff here for general account progression. So far, it's very basic, very bare bones. I've got some pretty important stuff though, most notably the guide sheet. So this references, most importantly, breeding. So if you're having issues with breeding, pushing spice battles, this is something you can do, something you can look at. I've put the first page of the salt chart. I believe this is all right. The first page is a good guide to sort of keep you on infinite salt generation. The second page starts kind of is where it breaks down. As I recommend here, I'd recommend using Idleon Toolbox instead for that. I got the weekly boss battle rotation. I try to pull this every single week. There's a guy in the main Idleon Discord who posts this, so thank you to him, Roanoa Zoro, as well as the chip rotation in World 4. So if you ever want to know what chips are going to be up in rotation, you can copy this sheet, put it in your own Google thing, and you can type the name here. But it will show kind of the printout for the next few weeks, what the next chips are going to be, what the next jewels are going to be. So this week currently is Galvanic Motherboard and Conductive Software with a Pyrite Rumble. Next week's going to be Galvanic Nano Chip, which is monster respawn rate. So yeah, definitely some good resources, some basic stuff in there, and as well the main Idleon chat. We got the little welcome channel. As I mentioned in sort of the like trailer video or the video I just posted, sort of advertising it. I am working on adding like a little form you can fill out to give me your IE. For right now, you can just go ahead and message me on Discord. That's completely fine. So, anyways, I've kind of delayed long enough. Let's go ahead and talk about Train Hayabusa. So he reached out to me. Looks like he told me. Actually, let me go ahead and go back to the DM that he provided me and see exactly what he is trying to do. So let me look up Train, and he said. I'm a bit rushed. As soon as you see my cards, you can tell that. He's currently in World 4, and he's trying to push actively with his Bubo. So I wanted to jump on his review because he's been posting on the Discord a lot, and I saw some things that were kind of red flags that I wanted to address kind of immediately. So let's go ahead and delve into it. He told me he's currently on Flambages right now, pushing through, but he's only at like 1,100 kills an hour, which is extremely low, and that tells me you're doing something wrong. You should probably go back and look at your progress in World 1, World 2, because like I said, World 1, World 2 is going to be the majority of your damage, especially if you're just in World 4. I don't expect you to get much bonuses from cooking or lab right now, but there's some things we need to talk about. So let's go just straight into, actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about your character tools. So this is what you're pushing with your shaman. So the best thing for you to do right now is really focus on getting more damage. You have enough accuracy, you stated, to go through World 4, so you really need to start upgrading your damage where you can. So that means getting better tools, equipping tools. Right now your skills, you have enough to actually equip tools in your different characters, so you're missing a pickaxe and a fishing pole. So I would absolutely craft it, equip it, use upgrade stones on it. If you have golden kebabs, you can use those instead. There's no real reason for you to equip 5 foods. You only need really like 3 or 4. If you're struggling with defense, you really want to start upgrading FMJ. I don't know what your print is for those. Your fruit flies, I mean, you have an okay print, so you can upgrade that a few times as well. Um, cool, but the main focus really for you is going to be stamps. So for someone that's in World 4, a really good thing to do to increase your damage is going and upgrading your stamps. You have some stamps that are pretty easy to upgrade. I mean, you're missing. I mean, you should be very able and capable to upgrade these stamps quite a bit. So, I mean, specifically this one, if you're pushing with a Bubo, you're going to require a lot of wisdom. So, I mean, you have only 816 in your inventory, in your chest, but you can buy this, get up your wisdom a little bit to help out your damage. As well, I'd probably go back, start to unlock some of the stamps you don't have, like the one you get from Mutton. This is going to be, I believe, base damage. So this will help scale up your damage quite a lot as well. Yeah, it's base damage. It's going to take goldfish. It's not that hard of a resource, I think. As well, you have the polearm stamp. This is a World 1 stamp. This is percent total damage. Again, this is going to really help scale up your damage. It's the cost of it is really cheap. Like you only need to craft this a few times, and you'll be able to upgrade it. As well, 7-figure followers might be a little bit out of your budget. So you don't have to worry about that necessarily. You don't have to worry about this either. Capital P, I believe Capital P is bugged from what I remember. Some of the stamps in World 4 are bugged for some reason because of some of the catching nodes. I realized. I believe Capital P is one of those that's affected because it has the bees spawn. So it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of do some of those stamps. But something you can really do to help boost your account is ladle stamp. So as I mentioned, kind of in the Discord, cooking. Rather, we kind of looked at your cooking and it's relatively low. Also coupled with the fact you don't have a blood berserker yet, your cooking efficiency is really low, which means you're not producing a lot of ladles to help progress your cooking. So getting and unlocking and leveling the stamp is going to be extremely important because this is base cooking efficiency, which is scaled by things like all skill efficiency percent. So on your Bubo your blood berserker, they have talents that are specific to cooking. So when I look over the Blood Berserker talent, this one specifically is giving you cooking AFK gain rates. This means you get more ladles per hour. This one makes it so the ladles you use are more effective. So if I were to swap over to the second preset, that's where I have this maxed out. So this is maxed out. It's giving me 79% more AFK time. That means my ladles used on my Blood Berserker are almost twice as effective just because I have this talent skilled out. So you're kind of wasting away very inefficiently by not having your elite classes set up, at least the ones that affect World 4. So those ones specifically would be Bubo for lab progression, would be Blood Berserker for World 4 cooking, and would be Beastmaster for breeding. As well, you don't have Beastmaster unlocked, which is impacting your breeding. You're not able to get high pet power, which means you're not able to progress the spice battles very quickly. So I recommend really trying to unlock all of your elite classes as soon as possible. Pause what you're doing, killing flambages. Don't worry about that right now. You really need to push towards getting your elite classes because they really help your account in just about every way you can. So yeah, definitely go forward and try to do that as soon as you possibly can. Yeah, capital P. This is the one that's bugged because I can't complete it. I was trying to complete the quest for my characters, but I can't. Cool. Okay, going back to World 1, the all-stat stamp is pretty good. The counterpart quest is annoying, but you should be able to do it, especially with the Bubo now. Yeah, some of them you're missing from just drop tables, like this one, the agility one specifically. I know you don't need accuracy, but you're going to need accuracy when you eventually push through World 5. We'll get to that in a second because that's going to be your next sort of point of progression. The other thing I want to mention as well, getting alchemy speed and alchemy EXP gain. This stamp is extremely important for you right now, and now is a good time to sort of transition into alchemy because you are very behind in alchemy. For someone that's almost at the end of World 4, your bubbles should be like right here. Like you should be sort of at like Card Champ, you should be at like Hyper Swift, Kill per Kill, Shimmeron. Like you're missing a lot of general things that could help you progress because I don't think you fully understand how alchemy is progressed. So if I look at your Bubo, there's this talent specifically called Bubble Breakthrough. I don't know if you're aware of what this exactly does, but when you're trying to unlock new bubbles, and you do it on your shaman specifically with this talent equipped, makes it easier to unlock those bubbles. So if you see right now, obviously I'm pushing like World 7, World 8 bubbles, so this percentage is extremely low. So right now it's a 0.6% chance for my Bubo to actually unlock that. But if I go to over in my Blood Berserker, it's a 0% chance. So sure, that's insignificant, it seems, but you have to remember this. I'm pushing World 7 bubbles. The chances are extremely low anyways, and you're meant to gain a lot of levels through various different means. But for you, this difference is absolutely massive. So don't sleep on this. You're probably going to get triple the amount of bubble unlock chance because you're doing it on your Shaman as opposed to some other character randomly trying to get him. So go on your Shaman, upgrade that talent because you're missing out on a lot of bonuses. Specifically, once you upgrade this, you'll be getting talent points for every single page here, I believe, except your star talent page. So you can start upgrading your talents and getting more damage that way, or more accuracy, whatever you need. This one's not going to matter so much. Getting extra cash is really important, but this one specifically is an extremely important bubble, Severe or Purple. What it does is it increases this bubble specifically. This is going to give you more damage. So once you unlock this, it'll give you a higher bonus on this bubble, which means you're going to get more total wisdom, which makes this bubble more effective. So every point you put into it's going to be better, and you're going to get way more damage because stats are how you scale your damage kind of into the end game. So the fact you're missing out on this means you're missing out on probably like thousands to like hundreds of thousands of damage. Like, might be a little bit of exaggeration, probably tens of thousands of damage, but that'll make the difference pushing into World 4. Because I saw, if I remember correctly, I think you have decent cards. I mean, you have damage multi, you have the Phoenix Wings. So if you get more wisdom, I mean, you're probably going to hit millions of damage pretty quickly. You're almost going to hit multi-kill in World 4 mobs, which is crazy to think, but you have those bonuses, and that's very feasible for you to hit right now. So you absolutely should try to push Alchemy until you hit like Hyper Swift or something. Well, generally in every single one of your cauldrons till you hit like this part right here. The reason I say this part right here is because you'll be able to unlock Diamond Chef. Diamond Chef's going to be really massive for cooking because once you get your plates to level 11 and you level this up a few times, you're going to skyrocket your cooking speed beyond what you see here. The other thing I want to talk about going into it, actually, let's save World 4 for a second. The other thing I want to mention, since you're pushing with your Bubo, he has a talent that is right here. Gives you damage per green alchemy vial that you have. So right now, it's only giving me 634% damage, but this damage serves as the base for everything to scale off of. So you have a ton of damage multi, but you don't have a ton of damage. So your damage multiplier is effectively like useless. So the card you have here in the wings aren't scaling anything. So you need to give it something to scale. So going back to this is one thing you can scale. This gives you percent total damage multi, or percent total damage. The fact you don't have a lot of the easier vials at level 4 means you're missing out on a ton of damage for your Shaman. Like, the toilet logs are extremely easy to get to level 4. So, I mean, you have mages. They're really good at chopping, so go through and unlock a level 4 vial of this. The rat tail specifically, they're a World 1 mob. You should be very easily capable of unlocking this at level 4, which is going to give you more damage. Moving on to some of the World 3 mobs. I mean, well, first of all, your Void Ore. Go ahead and upgrade this. You only need 2,500 Void Ore. You're missing this one, Fishing Efficiency. I mean, this is a World 3 mob you can kill to drop that. You can maybe do Dune Souls. I don't know where your worship is. We can check that in a second. Pens, slush, the little slush snowballs, the quenchy straws, the lenses. There's a lot of things you can go back and do unlock at level 4. I mean, you have this one at level 4. You have some of the World 4 mobs. Go back and do them because you're missing out on a ton of damage for your Shaman. I suspect if you get these to level 4, you're probably going to be able to hit multi-kill for Flambages, which is absolutely crazy to think about for someone who's pushing World 4. So don't touch scissors. Don't talk about this. Let's go over to construction. So, okay, since you're relatively early to catching this, I really recommend setting orange salts to auto-refine at 10% for right now. And never, ever auto-refine red salts or green salts. You always want to level those because that's going to be your your hindrance to progressing your salt progression. So absolutely take this off of 10% auto-refine, put it back on 0. Keep it trying to upgrade all the time. Don't stop it. You want to push this as much as possible because you're going to get salt locked pretty hard. As I mentioned in the Discord, as I kind of briefly alluded to, if I go to the tips and tricks, the salt charts, the early salt chart is pretty good, so you really should be following this. So like 842 is probably where you need to aim right now, so you always want to progress this as much as possible. Put this on 10% auto refine because you can't sustain this right now. Yeah, if you need better prints, the best way for you to kind of do that would be trying to upgrade this as much as possible, as well as trying to unlock and worship the Royal Sampler Prayer through Acorn Assault. Let's get to that in a second, but this one specifically is going to be a big printer boost. This will help you print higher goldfish, more bloaches, more fruit flies, more oak logs, toilet logs, whatever you want. Also, I would recommend probably getting a better print for your oak logs because you'll be able to you'll be able to upgrade your earlier bubbles pretty easily. So I mean, you get a bunch of strength. You can go back, get better bleach logs, so you can get more wisdom for your bubo. So yeah, you're missing out on some crucial bonuses. The one thing I want you also to get in the habit of is your characters should be printing their class specific resource. What I mean by that is mages should always be printing logs. Your warriors should pretty much always be printing ore or fish, depending on what their class is. Barbarian is fish. DK or your squire would be ore. Your siegebreaker or your your archer, I believe, not bowman. This one right here. I can't remember what the non-elite class is called of this, but this one should be doing catching because it's catching specific. And your beastmaster and your V-men, or rather your journeyman right now, should be focused on trying to print monster materials. It's okay kind of in the early stages to be printing monster materials on your characters, but I recognize your characters, well, first of all, you don't have all the 3D printers unlocked, so you're missing out a little bit of efficiency there. But you're also missing out on some crucial upgrades to alchemy specifically because you're printing a bunch of monster materials for through your characters, which are kind of inefficient right now. So I'd recommend really trying to redo your prints a little bit. You can always go through and redo your prints. It's not that too much of a hindrance of your characters, but definitely go through this. Really help your 3D printer and target farm the resources to help you upgrade your bubbles. Specifically, I mean, Mage's Best would be the most important one. You have that kind of juiced out as well. But go back and upgrade these ones as well because they do provide you some really nice bonuses. Like if you're struggling with catching, this is going to help you because you're going to get more ceiling power through catching nets if you upgrade this bubble. So you have higher fruit fly prints, so you have higher fly prints, whatever you need for your refinery, you know? This one as well, this would also impact mining, so you get higher void ore prints, copper ore prints, whatever you need to print. You upgrade this, you're going to get a higher effectiveness of hardy diggy, you're going to get higher effectiveness of strong tools. As you unlock it as well, tree sleeper is going to help as well. So there's a lot of different things you can do to help increase your prints as well. But again, my main focus for you should be really going through unlocking the vials. Oh my god, you don't have this unlocked. Definitely go through, unlock this, and get this level 4. This is really easy. But yeah. Death Note, don't want to talk about it right now. If you're also struggling with damage, you can pop the shrine in. Yeah, looks like you probably are right now. Oh god. And so you are pushing that as well. Yeah, definitely go through, upgrade, and unlock the rest of your 3D printer. This is definitely something you want to hard rush because you're missing out on a little bit of efficiency here and there by not upgrading this and unlocking the prints for the rest of your characters. Atom Collider is not something you should be focused on right now. Cooking. Okay, so cooking specifically, the best meals to upgrade and unlock as soon as you can would be egg. Obviously, for meal cooking speed, you kind of already know that. The next would be corn dog, and the absolute next would be cabbage. Unlocking these meals specifically are going to boost your cooking speed by quite a lot. That in conjunction with the cooked meal stamp, ladle stamp, and eventually when you go to World 5 multi-tool stamp, those create like the sort of tri or quadfecta of cooking speed. Those really help boost your early game cooking speed to help you cook a lot of meals up to level 11, which comes to play in your next big upgrade for cooking, which would be Diamond Chef, as I mentioned here. This effectively multiplies your cooking speed. So if I go over to my Idleon efficiency, you can see how big of a bonus this is actually giving me. Granted, it's level 344, but it's giving me 18,932,402.4 times faster cooking speed. So obviously I have all the almost all the meals unlocked at diamond levels, so this is a little inflated. Also to mention the fact it's a high level, but this is the earliest multiplier you have access to really boost your cooking speed. So you really want to hard farm that in alchemy. Use some bargain tags when you get beach stalk spices to kind of unlock those and upgrade the bubble as much as you can, because you'll really be able to skyrocket your cooking speed thanks to Diamond Chef, corn dog, cabbage, and meal cooking speed. So absolutely should be your focus right now. And actually, you can unlock cabbage right now because you have the spice for it. So all you need to do is just put the spice in here, wait a little bit, or once you unlock your Blood Berserker, use a ladle or two, and it'll speed up the cooking speed. You'll have a 100% chance to unlock it, which will like insanely boost your cooking speed. You just kind of need to go into the kitchens as well. Spend some of your salts to actually upgrade the kitchens themselves. So what to do that, you go to upgrade. You can see you can actually spend salts and upgrade your kitchen and really juice out your cooking speed that way. Perfect. Okay, onto lab. The other big thing I want to talk about is pushing your lab nodes till you hit Killer Brightside. The fact you've been pushing World 4 without this is kind of crazy to me. You really need this to push World 4 and World 5 effectively. If you don't have this, that means you are really lacking in speed. Basically, the screenshot you showed me of hitting 1100 kills per hour in Flambéage, this would literally double it to 2200. So you waste way less time candy, and you're way more efficient about it. This on top of the other things I mentioned regarding stamps and alchemy, you're probably going to blast through World 4 in the matter of hours if you do everything there and get to this, as well as upgrading the stamps and alchemy, getting more damage on your shaman. I don't think it's that unrealistic to think you'd be able to kill Flambéages, get the key, kill the troll as well to get into World 5 like within the next day or two. It's very feasible for you. Okay, and last thing I want to end on for your account specifically would be talking about Divinity. I know you're not in World 5, but this is going to be the next grind. So with Lab, kind of what you wanted to do in World 4 is push to this node, kind of throw people in Lab until you hit this node, and then just kind of forget about them and push your other characters. And if you have any supplementary characters, start progressing, like getting more skilling levels that we are able to unlock better tools for them later. But once you hit level World of 5, everything stops. Immediately, what you should be doing is throwing every single person on the Divinity altar to hard farm Divinity. What you want to do immediately is start unlocking levels in Divinity. That way you unlock the higher style choices, push EXP until you hit, hopefully you'll get enough Divinity points to unlock this god specifically, Goharat, the goat god. So this is where everything kind of changes. You want everyone linked to Goharat eventually, except your pusher, who should be linked to Nobasect. So Goharat, what it does is it allows you to progress Divinity and Lab at the exact same time. You just need to link your characters to it, put them in Lab, and it'll do the Divinity praying and progress Lab at the same time. Ultimately, what you should be aiming for is Lab level 75. What that does is it allows you to unlock the last slot for chips, and it's kind of, for right now, your soft cap or soft end goal for Lab. So you should absolutely progress every single person eventually to level 75 in Lab. Once you do Divinity, you have Goat God. For Divinity specifically, your goal for Divinity is reaching level 40. What that does is allows you to unlock Tranquil. It's a style for praying in Divinity. You unlock at level 40, and what it does when you're not meditating, it allows you to progress Divinity. So you'll always be able to level up Divinity outside of the altar, outside of Lab, and Divinity is really important for a variety of things. One, generally for Rift, when you unlock and do the skill mastery, it'll give you more skill EXP, more damage, more skill efficiency, better printer output, Divinity EXP, Divinity points gain, all that kind of stuff. So really good. The other thing it does is it allows you to shoot, I forgot. Also, the weekly boss battles. It helps you do more damage to the weekly boss battle, which with the tome update is actually really important. So definitely the important thing to note to help you prepare a little bit for World 5 when you do get there. So I think, yeah, I mean, you have a World 4 account. There's not terribly much to talk about. There's not a lot of things you really could be doing. But like I said, the big thing for you right now is, one, focus on your tools. Like equip tools for your character, drop a little bit of food, add a little bit of base damage through things like potions, go through stamps, upgrade them where you can, like your wisdom stamp specifically, unlock some of the stamps you don't have, like the agile stamp, the scimitar stamp, the pole arm stamp specifically, as well. It gives you a bunch of total damage. As well, unlock Alchego Bird. This gives you alchemy speed to help you push your cauldrons, get a little bit more liquid as well. So when you need to push cauldrons and you have your people in here, this will give you more speed. It'll allow you to progress alchemy very fast. As well, when you're going into alchemy, try to progress your bubbles up to fly and mine, or what did I say, Shimmeron, kill per kill, Hyper Swift, and Card Champ, or Diamond Chef, so on. Kill per Kill is going to help as well for pushing World 5 later when you do unlock it, but getting Diamond Chef, everything on the same tier as Diamond Chef is going to be really important because it'll give you some really good bonuses all around for your account. World 3, fix your refinery, go look at the chart, and also look at Idleon Toolbox specifically because it'll give you a cost breakdown and, Idleon Toolbox, because it'll give you a cost breakdown as well as production per hour of your refinery. You see over here, if you hover over it, it'll show you printing per hour. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also skipped over this. Get World 1 to World 3 vials up to level 4, at least the ones that are feasible for you. So the monsters, some of the tools, some of the resources, get those up to level 4. This will massively increase your bubo damage, and I suspect you're probably going to be able to hit multi-kill per tier when you do unlock all this and put the talents as well for your bubo into that. Which you do have. You can probably upgrade a little bit here and there too. I think that's good. I think that'll help you quite a lot, push your damage, get you a lot of stuff for your characters, and you should be able to hit the end of World 4 pretty quickly, like I said, in the next few days. Last thing I want to talk about, get rid of Unending Energy. This is the worst prayer ever in the game, especially for someone that's new. Get them off of it. You're going to forget more often than not that you have this on. You're going to under collect on your characters, and you're gonna be capped at 10 hours. Also, if you use a 12-hour time candy, it only counts as 10 hours, so take it off. Yeah. You do have Royal Sampler. Equip this. Equip Royal Sampler. You get better prints. That way you can, print more fruit flies, more bleach logs, more mushroom caps, more pocket sand, more bullfrog horns. You equip that. The XP loss that you get is actually not that big of a deal. I'm still using it, and I'm World 6, and I still need to use it. So go use it. You eventually want to cap out your print sample rate at 90%, which if you go to construction, it'll show you what it is right now. You want this at 90% because that's a hard cap, so you can get way higher prints to help you progress your account. Perfect. Okay, that should be good. That's pretty basic, but that should give you a better idea of what to be aiming for progressing World 4 and going into World 5. Hopefully that helps you kind of reorient yourself and helps you progress pretty much everything else in your account that you're lacking on. So if you do have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks so much. Have a good day.